The Disney film Holes, I like this one. It's fun, it's nostalgic, and it's a great time for the entire family. This is a great movie in its own right, and even 2 decades after its release, it is still very entertaining. So the story of this one is that a teenager named Stanley, he is wrongly convicted of stealing a pair of shoes, and so he is sent to a juvenile detention camp where he and a couple of other kids in a desert have to dig holes as their punishment. It was nice going back to rewatch this one because it was years ago the last time I did look at it. And this is actually one of my favorite movies from Disney simply because they had gotten so many things right. From the acting to the chemistry between the cast members to the story and music, this was during a time when Disney actually cared a lot about their movies, and this one was pretty well made in my opinion. Now, is this movie perfect? Of course not. It does have its plot holes, pun intended, and lack of character development for several of these characters. But overall, the themes of friendship, loyalty, learning where your ancestors come from, and that's something that Stanley went through in this film. Because when he had gotten into this detention camp, he had no friends, nobody really liked him. But by the end of the movie, not only did he know them quite well, but he also had helped Zero in his situation, and because of that, the two of them became best friends. The chemistry between Shia LaBeouf and Cleo Thomas was great. In fact, this was both of these actors' first starring role, but the performance of Cleo Thomas, he was actually nominated for it. And not just that though, but just seeing Zero and Caveman become good friends, it was interesting because this is a spoiler warning, but the mere fact Zero was directly responsible for Stanley getting arrested, and Stanley wasn't even angry. He said it was destiny. And you know what, I also thought that despite this film having a little bit of plot holes here and there, like how long the camp's been around, why are these kids digging holes? I mean, basically, ain't that hard labor? How are they supposed to teach them to be good kids? Anyway, though, I did want to know more about the other characters such as X-Ray or Armpit or Zigzag. I get it, this movie's about 2 hours long and it's not enough time to have all these other character backstories. And speaking of which, I thought that learn about the backstory of kissing Kate Barlow and Sam. I thought that was real cool, the flashbacks, how she became the outlaw, and of course the ad performance of Sigourney Weaver, Tim Blake Nelson, and John Voight. They did a great job as well. What's interesting about this movie, despite it coming out 20 years ago, it still holds up. I have talked to people over the years about this one. They still say it's one of the best Disney films they ever seen. And I agree with that statement completely. Simply because this movie's not boring whatsoever. And it actually tells a very good story. Overall though, this is a good movie in its own right. It's not perfect, no movie really is. But when it comes down to it, this is a good, entertaining Disney film. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. Even though I don't know the book that this movie is based on, this one does so many things. It keeps me engaged all throughout the story. The characters are interesting. There are some funny moments. And of course, it's a good ending for the teenagers as well as Stanley's family. At the end of the day, this is a great family film. Children will love it, adults will appreciate it, especially if they grew up watching this on Disney Channel. And quite frankly, this movie is better than a lot of other Disney films that have released over the last couple of years. And that is my review of the Disney film, Holes. Okay, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this movie. Alright, this is Slim Guy 172 saying, peace out.